going on, everybody? Welcome to Lost in the Smoky. I'm Aaron. I'm here with Miss Coree and of course Copper. And it is about the time of season for some good mushroom hunting. And the nice thing about living where we live is sometimes to get lost in the Smokies, you don't have to go far from home. And we are not far from home. We're on some land owned by a family here. And so we are going to go up through here and see what we can find. And the first thing we'll have to do is navigate electric fence. Oh. That's part of the fun of being out in this area. Also going to see if there's any sapphires in this little creek, because I found and my dad has found some sapphires in this creek. So we'll see what we can find. Copper's having fun. So first things first, let's get past the electric fence and walk up the creek.
Oh.
Yeah, we can cross. I don't know. I don't think that's what we're looking for, but it's a mushroom.
There's something in the water. This is called an earth star. It looks kind of like a puffball, but this is very poisonous. It is not a truffle.
Don't eat it.
Yeah, the ones that are edible have white insides and look way different. This is a candy cap. These are edible. They're supposed to taste sweet. You're supposed to dry them out and put them in the sweets.
There's another baby one right here.
I'm pretty sure it looks like a candy cap. I have to look it up and double check, but that does not look the same. That's something else. The way out is up there.
What are these?
Oh, that looks like witch's butter, but it's white. Looks like a witch's butter, but it's white. Feel it. Oh, actually, that looks like a candy cap. I can pull it up. It's another candy cap, just young. It looks really close to chanterelle, but it's not quite yellow enough.
I don't know what these are, but they're really cool looking.
Oh gosh. I need a photo of those. Those are, oh, those are russelas. Pick them, they're edible. Those are good edibles.
Here. That one's really pretty.
Yeah, these are russelas. Even like, I'm surprised they're eating shit by bugs on top because they're good.
This one's tiny, but it sure is.
That's a russola as well. It's the same as those red ones. It's a baby.
Okay, well we'll leave it there.
The left are sometimes edible, but yeah, that looks
that's
like
really cool underneath.
That's a red and yellow. These are one of the edible. Look, it turns blue like a psychoactive mushroom would, but it's not psychoactive. It's one of the only mushrooms that bruises blue.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Watch this.
Huh. Oh, it turns blue almost instantly.
Yeah.
That's
But this
really
one,
cool.
this one's about shot. It's about rotten.
Okay.
This one's in better shape. I don't know if I want to keep them. They're spongy. I want to eat this, but it's really cool how it turns.
Cool. It turns blue instantly.
Yeah, these are the only ones
really
like
cool.
that.
Oh, you can watch it turn blue. Huh.
Yeah, bullet. Red and yellow bullet. It's a milky, or what is that? Inky cat. Blueberries? Are those blueberries?
I don't know.
They don't look like blueberries, babe.
Those are not blueberries. They're not elderberries. These are. Stand by. I'll remember what these are called in just a few minutes.
If they turn blue. No, they're just...
You never know what kind of mushrooms you're going to find growing in the cow poop.
These are cool. Coral mushrooms. These are edibles, but you have to be careful. There's multiple different kinds.
Those
but these,
really cool.
I like to put them in ramen noodles.
And what is this little tiny white delicate one looking?
I don't know, but it's probably poisonous because it's white. Young Rusula.
Alright guys, so we found, you saw the mushrooms we found close to the house on some family land, and we decided to come out to Bent Creek. This is Bent Creek Experimental Forest, which is part of Pisgah National Forest, and it was established in 1925. It's a bear sanctuary, so we didn't bring copper or anything, mostly because copper was already tired. But it's a great place if you haven't been out here. Lots of mushrooms, things to see. Now, one thing to remember, you saw us picking the mushrooms where we were before. That was private land that we had permission to be on. Now, in a national forest, you do not want to bring any, or you don't want to bring anything out that of a national forest. So you want to make sure and keep an eye on your local regulations. Don't just go picking stuff unless you might want a pretty hefty ticket. But we are going back in here because we know there's some mushrooms that we want to show you guys. Some edible mushrooms, so you can see what they look like in their national habitat. So if you have somewhere you can pick them, you can, but always conservation first, and leave stuff for other people to enjoy if you're on a national forest or in a state park. I just noticed something pretty cool. This is what you think of when you think of a mushroom. I asked Miss Coree what it was, and she said she wasn't sure. So we will be looking this one up. Now, I know generally from what I've learned is that one's white, and usually white mushrooms you don't want to really eat unless you really know what you're doing.
Here's one. This is what they usually look like. This is, oh yeah, you found a whole clump. But these are cinnabars. These are a type of chanterelle that are edible. They're just really small, so you have to pick a whole bunch of them.
Cool.
Nice and cool out here right now.
You saw we found some of these.
Rusula. Is it? It's ghost pipes? Yeah, these are actually a type of mushroom, but they look like a flower, and if you put them into alcohol, it turns it like a bright, bright blue color.
That's really fun. They're really cool looking. You can see they look like almost like a little bell.
Yeah.
Those are pretty cool.
I went to take chances.
They're kind of young, maybe a oyster mushroom, and I do believe right there is a turkey tail. Don't take my word for it though.
Oh, great. Okay, so this is part of it. Whoa, those are milky caps. So watch this. I know. The milk leaks out of them. These are also edible. I don't know if I'd eat it. That's a candy milky cap too, sort of. Same thing, but
There's a lot of
it's
them.
milk. Yeah, there is.
All over.
Wow.
Found a whole lot of cinnabar mushrooms. There's lots of them right here. We're still looking for some chanterelles. We'll see if we find any. Maybe, maybe not. It's been really dry for the past couple weeks. Just rained yesterday for a while, so we might have to come back out. It's supposed to rain for the next couple days a little bit off and on, so maybe we'll have a little bit better luck.
These look like chanterelles, but they are not. These are false chanterelles. You can tell because the gill doesn't go down far enough, and it's also not the right shade of yellow, and also this divots in way too much.
Yeah, close. There's another one. You can see all of them right here along this log. They're also not quite orange enough, but maybe we're getting a little bit closer.
Get some photos of those. People love seeing those.
Lots of the ghost pipe.
Turkey tail.
Big turkey tail mushrooms.
From a tree. Ghost pipes.
All right, guys, so no chanterelles yet. Might be a little bit too early, or even though you're not supposed to pick them back here, somebody might have picked them. But we had a good time today. Found a lot of mushrooms, and more importantly, just getting out of the city and away from the farm for us is a good time. So make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll be taking you on our adventures, more foraging, and showing you all some of the other stuff you can find out when you're out and about in nature. But make sure, one thing I do want to throw out safety wise, don't take our word for it or anybody else's word for it on mushrooms that are edible or what you can eat. Make sure you do your own research. If you're not sure, consult an expert before you just start popping stuff, because some of that stuff can make you very sick or kill you.
Oh, watch out, babe.
All right, and with that, we're gonna sign off. We'll see y'all next time.